familiar faces and to see new faces. Onawumi just reminded me that this is the 26th year of Telebration.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. And I think this is our 5th. All right, I got that right. So this is the 5th year we've had it here, and it is, as I say, it is just wonderful to see you all. Onawumi is back with us this year. We couldn't do it without her. And Chris Fontaine and Davis Bates, and we will have musical interlude with Patter and Ted. So please sit back, relax, and have a wonderful evening.
Applause, applause. You know, I understand you're not applauding. Did you know that on all these TV shows, they have somebody to tell the people when to applaud? You know, the talk show person will say something, and sort of step, like, oh yeah. So you got to have an applause cue, you know. Welcome. This is like homecoming. And I really am glad to be a part of this. This is the 5th year of this celebration, and this is my 4th year. 1 year I couldn't come, but this is my 4th year participating in it. My name is Onawumi Jean Moss. I am a storyteller, and that is a blessing. Applause. Yeah, we're on a roll here right now. This is going real good. We got the hang of this thing right now. So tonight, I'm being videotaped because I'm moving into the 21st century, kicking and screaming, and I'm going to have a video on YouTube if we can get something out of this. Now, there's no guarantee. Yvonne, who is sitting here, and Juan, who is back there, are really good at what they do. But like the cameraman said in Tootsie, when they said, do you have a good camera angle on Dustin Hoffman, who was Tootsie, he said, how far do you need, he was asked, the cameraman was asked, how far do you need to be? He said, in Cleveland. So if we may have to move this one to Boston to get what we want, but we're going to try. So tonight, I want us to, and I've done this before, but I want us to, again, imagine ourselves in Africa at a time when there is a big family reunion. And family has come from all over to this reunion. There is food cooking, and you could really smell it, you see? There are those black-eyed pea balls that are deep fried, and it's just black-eyed peas that have been soaked, and the skins have separated from it, and then the meat of the pea is absolutely made into this fine texture, and then put in balls and dropped in palm oil. And I tell you, the garlic, oh, that's so good. Oh, and there's groundnut stew. Oh yeah, you know, with peanuts that have been cooked and then put in a rich tomatoes. Oh, it's so good. Oh, and there's roasted meat. Not a lot of it, but enough roasted meat. Could be antelope, you know, could be poultry, could be chickens, but you can smell it. And so all of the cooking pots are set up, and the children come, and it's just wonderful. The new babies are there that people haven't seen. They've gone through their naming ceremonies and had their names said so many times that they became visible to everyone. It's just wonderful. And then someone starts to sing, Fanga Lafia, Ashe, Ashe. You can say that too. Fanga Lafia, Ashe, Ashe. Let's say it again, it just sounds so good. Fanga Lafia, Ashe, Ashe. Fanga Lafia. Ashe, 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 Fanda Lafia, ashe, ashe. Now the words mean this: welcome and peace to you. And ashe means let it be so. Welcome and peace to you, let it be so. Welcome and peace to you, let it be so. Let it be so, let it be so. Welcome and peace to you, let it be so. I often say that these are the people who were stolen and brought here and told that they were barbarians and told that they had to have their souls saved by those who captured them. But we're back, and the food is smelling good, and the drums are going, and there's dancing being prepared. There is a celebration happening here. Family has gathered, and it occurred to someone that these children who have come from everywhere need somebody to get them straight about this new environment that they're in, because they're surrounded by the bush, and the bush is dangerous. There are pythons in the bush, and there's that big black snake that is really poisonous in the bush, and there are all kinds of wild cats in the bush, and we've got to get these children straightened out. How better to do it than with a story? And so the story honors you men. The story is about the little boy who hid from his father. There's this little boy who was from a grand family. And he was just the sweetest little boy, except for one thing. He liked to play jokes on people. And he was good at it. But sometimes he actually got in a lot of trouble, because you see, he would play jokes that would not only get himself in trouble, but somebody else in trouble. The last joke that he played was on his cousin who had come to visit him from Europe, and he hid her luggage. And she almost missed her plane. His mother said, that's enough of it. Take this child with you when you go fishing. His father was a great fisherman. In fact, his father was a great man with wildlife. There wasn't anything he didn't know about wildlife, because he was from a long line of people who knew about wildlife. And so he said, come with me, my son. Your mother is vexed with you. Come. And the little boy was happy to go with his father, because his father was so much fun, and so he went. They got into the rainforest, very near his own grandmother's house, got into the rainforest, and his father walked down to the edge of the river. And when he walked down to the edge of the river, he set out his fish traps. He set out his fish traps, and then he said to his son, my son, I am going to rest. There is the sleeping hut. I'm going in it, and I'm going to rest. Do you wish to rest? No, Baba. No, I want to stay here. Well, then you must stay here, because if you go out there in the bush, something will take you away from me, and I don't want that to happen. Do you understand me? You will stay here. Yes, Baba, I'm going to stay here. You understand me? Yes, Baba. His father went into the hut. And as soon as his father went into the hut, the little boy decided, I can't go into the bush, because Baba told me that that would be a dangerous thing to do, and I believe him. But I've got to do something. It's boring out here. So he played all the games he knew how to play by himself, and after he had exhausted all of them, he said, it's just boring out here. And the little boy had magic. Children always have magic, and he had his own magic, and he knew what he was going to do. He turned himself into a peanut. Yes, he did. And he put it right where his father pointed, where he should stay. And he giggled all inside the shell. My Baba will never find me. And I did not disobey him. I'm right here where he said. Well, it's about time when everything was ready to eat something. The sun was high in the sky, and along came a hungry rooster. And the rooster looked and saw the peanut. Cock-a-doodle. I do believe that's a peanut. Cock-a-doodle. And he ate the peanut up. Cock-a-doodle. That was good. The next thing that happened is Rooster decided he wanted to take a nap. I relate to that. Once I have a full belly, I want to rest. Just like that. And so the rooster went under the tree that was nearby, and he got into the dirt in the tree and just waddled around in the dirt until he made just a nice little dip in there so he could fit. And as soon as he fitted in there, he lowered his head. Cock-a-doodle. The rooster fell asleep. And when the rooster fell asleep, along came another hungry young animal. In this case, it was a young leopard. It hadn't even got its full growl yet. But it had wandered off away from its mom, and in wandering off, ended up in this clearing there in the rainforest, hungry. Now, the leopard's mom had told it, now I'm going to teach you how to hunt for all kinds of things, but try not to eat anything with feathers because it will make you sick. But I don't know about you. When you get hungry, sometimes you'll eat the thing you're not supposed to eat. You're just hungry, and all you want is just something to get past the hunger. And the little leopard didn't have real good judgment, and the rooster looked like it was really a good mouthful, and so he ate it. And when he ate it, he knew right then his mom was right. Those feathers started kicking up in its little belly. It tried to growl. It laid on its little back, little paws all up in the air, all four of them. Along came a wild dog, a young one. Now, wild dog had all kinds of family. There was about 30 of them. They were just hanging out, and wild dog was just a nosy little dog. And he ran on off from his family, looking for stuff that he didn't even know what he was looking for. Forgot all about what he had been taught about not wandering off and being by yourself. Oh no, here he goes. And he ends up in the clearing. And he's hungry. He looked around and sniffed around. He saw the little leopard lying there with his paws up in the air, all four of them. And he knew he'd been told don't eat anything with fur on it because it's going to make your stomach hurt. But he was hungry. And apparently related to me. So he ate the leopard. And there he was, writhing on the ground with a whole leopard all up in him and the fur all up in him, and he was a mess. Well, he finally fell asleep. It wasn't pretty. And after he fell asleep, out of the rainforest, on a hunt for a snack, came a young 16-foot python. Now, a python doesn't say "s." A python says which is short for "Hi, I'm about to eat you up." And that's exactly what he did. Ate up that little wild dog, and he went on about its business. At this point, the father wakes up, and he's looking for his son. Son, I told that boy, son, I told him to stay here. Son, where is he? The father, looking around, headed down to see what his fish trap had for him. And when he got to the fish trap, he found a young python coiled in the fish trap, sleeping peacefully. Oh, my, look at you. Look at that. You have been eating a lot. And so the father, who feared nothing, reached in and got the young python, and he knew exactly where to touch that python, and the python heaved out the wild dog. The father set the python down, put it in the river. The python swam off, very annoyed. He had to go hunting for food again. The wild dog, on the other hand, was chasing his tail, not knowing where it had been and where he was. He was chasing his tail. And the father looked at him and said, "Oh, you are confused." "Yes, you are. Come here, little fellow." And he reached and got the wild dog and touched it just at the right spot, and he heaved a whole leopard. My goodness, no wonder you're chasing your tail. Father looked at the little leopard, who was just reeling. It couldn't even say meow. He said, "Oh, look at you. You don't look well. No, you don't. And your belly is so big. Look at you." Picked up the little leopard and touched it in the right place, and it heaved up a very, very featherless rooster who was mortified. "Cock-a-doodle, cock-a-doodle." The father said, "Look at you. Look at you. What is that? You have just that little thing there in your belly." He picked up the rooster, who was fighting for its life. "Oh, don't worry. I do not wish to eat you now. So now, let me see what this is." And the rooster heaved up the peanut. Now, the father did love peanuts. Well, he did. He did. But you know, a good father knows a peanut and then a peanut. And so the father opened up the peanut, and out came his son. Oh, Baba, I don't know what to say. I was here, Baba. I was right here, right where you told me to stand, Baba. I was here. But then it went dark, and I don't know what happened then. I don't know what happened, and it was a long, long time. It was very quiet, Baba. And I thought I would never see you again. I'm so glad you found me. And his father said to him, as fathers will do, "My son, I will always know how to find you. No matter how many changes you go through, I will always know how to find you. I'm your father." Oh, Baba, thank you, thank you. And the son held his father, and the son was held by his father. Oh, Baba, I will never, ever try to hide from you or play a trick on you again. Oh, that's all right, son. And the father wisely thought to himself, soon this boy is going to be a teenager. Well, that's my time. This is a song I wrote for departing the village. My mama's calling me, and so I cannot stay. My mama's calling me, we'll play another day. Go ask your mama if you can come go with us. Go and say pretty please, then she won't make a fuss. What'd she say? Oh, you can't go? Okay, that's okay. My mama's calling me, and so I cannot stay. My mama's calling me, we'll play another day.